What you got there, my guy? was
I was thinking,
was
yeah, we're gonna start a new segment. What's in my cup?
was was in the cup? What's up, y'all? As you guys come in, we're doing a pop up uh, today. We know that it's not the Grown Man Podcast, which is the reason why you don't see our branding for the Grown Man Podcast. This isn't about the Grown Man Podcast today. I know that anytime you guys see us, this is usually the format that you guys see us in is in the format of the Grown Man Podcast, but that's not today. That's not today. You're gonna have to look at our ugly mugs, my ugly mug, Leroy's ugly mug, without all the branding.
I don't know. I don't know about you, but I ain't ugly. You know, my mama said I. My mama said I ain't ugly.
Well, your mom has to say that. Our mothers, our mothers have to say. Let me tell
That's
y'all
in
this.
the rule book, right? That's in the rule book, right?
Yeah, that's in the rule book. If the only one telling you you're handsome is your mama, you are not handsome. Our mothers have to tell us that, baby, you sure are handsome. My mother used to tell me that all the time, baby, you are a handsome man. And I get all giddy, Leroy, like, thanks, mom. Don't nobody else say that. Just my mama.
if the, you say if she say you handsome, the only one say you handsome, and if you hear the mothers of the church, bless his heart,
Bless his heart. Bless, 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 bless his heart.
you just might be that child that
Yeah,
growing up.
yeah. Like when you see a baby and the baby isn't really. Shout out to all of y'all who think all babies are beautiful. I don't think all babies are beautiful. I think that there are some funny looking babies. I think that there are some. I think that there are some challenging looking babies. I think there are some babies that are not necessarily easy on the eyes. But shout out to all of you who believe that all babies are beautiful. But whenever you hear someone refer to your baby as a baby, like, so for example, if somebody looks at your baby and say, that's a baby, yeah, your baby's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's one of them. It's one of them.
Your baby is not cute. Tell us where you are, where you're watching from. We're not going to be on long. We have a training that we want to talk to you guys about that is coming off at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And I wanted to talk with Leroy, the impact builder, about it. Uh, those of you that know that Leroy is he is the chief operations officer of Remand. That is not the capacity, again, he is in today. He is the impact
I'm
builder.
always in that capacity, bro. I'm always
Yeah,
in that
you're
capacity.
always in that capacity, but I want people to know. Dwight said it's a left-handed comment. Yeah, yeah, compliment. Yeah, when somebody says that's a baby, that's a baby. Good morning, Dawn. Good to see you. Um, but Leroy, while he serves as the chief operations officer and does a phenomenal job with Remand, he also owns his own business that we are um, working with him around. He has tremendous product and service that absolutely revolutionized those that work with him. And so I want to shout that out too. He is not just COO of Remand. He also owns his own business, JNF Enterprises, and I want everybody to know that as well. Listen to me. So that's why you see Donald Morton Remand. That's why you see Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the impact builder.
Character coach.
Yeah, I'm the character coach. I'm that guy that believes that there's an inextricable connection between character and success. You cannot have success that is sustainable without character. And I'm gonna share with you why in just one moment. Dwight says, "Good morning, Kings. Good morning, black man." Thank you for hanging out. I am at my daughter's. Other than with my lovely wife, this is the place I absolutely love to be. I got in yesterday, and I spent, Leroy, without exaggeration, black man, I walked in the door, scared her half to death, hugged her and kissed her, and said, "Hey, precious." She has taken, I have given her the name. She is Precious 2.0. My mom, I call Precious. I call my daughter Precious, right? And so she said, "Dad, you scared the hell out of me." and immediately, about an hour into my trip, she said, "Get out." She put me out. She put me out. She put me out an hour into the trip. I've already eaten her out of house and home. I've had so many things. I gained 2 pounds yesterday, but I got up and
Don't
worked.
let coach hear that.
Oh yeah, I let coach know it. I ain't scared of coach. Wait, he ain't on here, is
Yeah, you saying that now. You saying that
he? Yeah. So hey, let us know who you're watching, where you're watching from, please. Um, I see Dawn. Dawn, where are you watching from? Dawn, um, are you back in Delaware? Are you in New York? Are you in Jersey? Are you in Georgia? Where are you watching from? LA. Dawn is watching from LA. Thank you for hanging out. So, oh my God, it's 8:30 in LA.
Yeah.
Dwight says, by the way. Yeah. So good morning. For those of you, the others that are watching, let us know who you are, where you're watching from. Listen, Leroy, we've got today, man, a phenomenal training that's happening. Dawn, I
Yes,
need you
sir.
on the training for reasons that you're going to hear about in a moment. I need you on the train, excuse me, on the training. My oldest son, Keishad Britt, 35 years young. Old head now. You an old head now, player.
Yeah, bro. He officially grown man now, 35.
You grown man, you an old head. Uh Big Dog Senior, live from the doghouse. Yeah, that's his brand, Leroy. Big Dog. What is it? Key?
Okay.
Big Dog U. Everything's Big Dog this, Big Dog that. He got his kids calling him Big Dog. They don't call him Dad, Big Dog. He got a whole brainwashing thing going on over there. But it's doing tremendously well. He and his
That's good
lovely wife
stuff.
Angel, their kids, like he is doing incredibly well. My daughter killing the game, vice president of the bank, doing really, really well. My youngest son Hunter is killing the game. He's the boy is just so phenomenal with DJing. Like I'm really proud of my kids, right, man. And my youngest son is about to have a daughter. He's named his daughter Hunter. Big Dog U. We say big dogs eat. That's right. I remember now, man. Big dogs. Yeah, all of his kids. Yeah, yeah. I think he should be put up for that. I think somebody should just go knock on the door, make sure everybody's all right. Anytime your dad makes you call him big dog, I think somebody should knock on the door. But Leroy, 3 o'clock today, man. We've got a training essentially on helping entrepreneurs, right? Um, buy back their time.
Mhm.
One of the things that you and I know, we've talked about this before, bruh. Um, we said at the beginning of this year that it was going to be hard. It was going to be a difficult year, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't going to be a difficult year um, because anything special was going to happen. It was going to be a difficult year because anytime growth is on the menu, growth requires you to endure some things,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I came up with a phrase, man, and I think I'm a trademark it. Growth is my love language,
Yeah, I
right?
saw that. I saw that. I saw that.
You see
Yeah,
that? Yeah, growth
yeah.
is my love language, man. I want everyone around me, close friends
Hmm.
like you, um, my wife, my children, every man and remain. I want everybody to grow or step off. Like I don't want to be around
Mm.
anyone that isn't committed to growing. There's my
That's
daughter.
grown.
Y'all see her in the
That's
background?
grown man talk.
She fuzzy.
That's
Tell the people you love me, Amber. She said no. This is what I deal with. I got on her nerves on day one, right? But that's I love her. I love my daughter. So anytime we're required to grow, there's already going to be, Leroy, some difficulty that comes with that, right? If we can find ways to mitigate those challenges, right? We're already going to have challenges, but if we can find some ways to kind of mitigate those challenges, I feel like we should. One of the challenges that entrepreneurs have is that we are, and not even just entrepreneurs. I sometimes, I'm talking about my daughter like she's not right here, right? So I watch her life. Her life is ordered chaos, right? It's ordered chaos. It's one thing after another thing after another thing after another thing. Um, and that's the, that's the life that she is in. When it comes to entrepreneurs, um, it is also ordered chaos. Like there are so many things that we're responsible for doing, Leroy, as entrepreneurs, as solopreneurs, particularly those that don't have teams, don't have certain things in place that we'll talk about today. It becomes extra difficult to be able to deal with those areas. What is I talk with entrepreneurs every day, black male entrepreneurs in particular, every single day, that are struggling to deal with their business, maintain a happy home, and have some semblance of a personal life all at the same time. As you know, that's the work that we do. We do the work of helping Black male entrepreneurs build profitable businesses while maintaining amazing relationships with their wives and children. Leroy, can you talk about the importance of, since it's already going to be difficult, not making it harder? Like it's already going to be difficult. Let's not make it more difficult than it needs to be by having certain things in place. Talk about that a bit, man, and then we'll talk
well,
about this thing we have today.
well, I think that that's part of why so many of us are struggling or have a difficult time because we don't take the time to put that order and structure in our life. And and people want to just, oh, I'm not a structured person, I'm not an ordered person, I just want to kind of play it by ear, I just play it by ear, I
Mhm.
just kind of wing it. No, those, I promise you, right now, take a look at the most successful people that you either have in your life or that you think that are successful in life. I promise you their life is structured. It's ordered. They ain't got time to be wasting time. I'm gonna say it again. They don't have time to be wasting time. Their time is very structured. It's very ordered. And it's that way in order for them to be able to get to where it is that they want to get to achieve the things that they want to be able to achieve. And things are gonna happen. Things happen, like you said, things are gonna happen in life. Life is gonna be life.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
so why not be prepared for when life does life in things. And you may have to adjust things, and that's part of, you may have to shift things. Yeah, the pandemic, we had to shift. Everybody had to shift. That was something that everybody had to shift in. Being an entrepreneur, there are going to be shifts that you have to make in your life because this may something may happen in your business, something may happen with a particular client or customer or something like that, that you have to shift in. And if you aren't structured in what it is that you do, you won't you won't handle those 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 obstacles very well, because it'll throw you off.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
throw you this way or throw you
Yeah.
that way,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
when you have something in place, you have the ability to be able to say, okay, yeah, I might have had to drift to the left, but I know how to get back to the center. I might have to drift right, but I know how to get back to the center. If you don't know how to get back to the center, that makes going to the left or to the right even more difficult to get
Yeah.
back to the center.
I wanna highlight something that you said, man. There is not one successful person, long term at least. There's not one
Yeah,
successful
yeah,
person that
absolutely.
doesn't have order. Like
Yep.
structure and order is everything to have success. If you are a busy entrepreneur, and you should be, I'm not talking about busy for the sake of being busy.
Right.
I'm talking about if you have time constraints, which all of us do, and you've got several things that you've got to get to. I can't tell you the difficulty that comes with like I'm away for a minute from my home, right? Um, and so being away because I'm on a work trip, right? Being able to set up, as you know, the things that we're doing here in Delaware for Remand, and being able to meet with particular officials here in Delaware to make sure everything is structured and set up. I got a wife at home. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot to be able to manage. So, so a part of what has to happen is we have to be able to address the issues of order, because without a sense of order, without a sense of structure, without any number of those things in place, it becomes really, really difficult. What's up, dude? It's my son, Hunter, in the
Mhm.
house. So without that kind of structure and discipline, and if your life has all of these moving parts, if you don't set up some sense of order, then it's going to be really, really difficult to achieve success. And let me say it this way, Leroy. Tell me whether or not you agree, man. It's not even that success isn't achievable, it's success isn't sustainable. It's one thing to look up on
It is.
success, it's right. It's one thing to look up on success. It's one thing to work hard to achieve success. But type a one in the chat if any of you recognize that sustaining and increasing and going to the next level um, with that level of success becomes increasingly difficult if you don't have structure in place. You can reach certain levels, right? But sustaining those levels, Leroy, can be really, really difficult if you don't have systems, structure, those kinds of things in place. Talk about that a bit, man, and then we'll go right into what's happening this afternoon.
No, man, that and you said that perfectly, because here it is, y'all. And I don't know if you're familiar with this. Oprah Winfrey has a book club and all of that and stuff like that. Shark Tank has a show that people cut that have these entrepreneurs that come on. Oprah Winfrey's had authors that have come into that have been on her book club or part of her book club. and and so I've heard a couple of the entrepreneurs and a couple of the authors who have talked about going on to an Oprah Winfrey show and going on to Shark Tank, and all of a sudden they go from being this, fairly, they might be fairly successful. They've been successful to some point because been able to get onto these shows, and you can't get onto these shows without being successful. But once they got on those shows,
That's so true. That's so true.
after after they were on the shows, they had this influx of potential clientele,
That they couldn't
and
handle.
they could not handle, and they were not prepared for.
So let me give you this, Leroy, because I want to interject here, man. That's such a
Yeah.
brilliant point. Like, here's a deal. you can literally be crushed under the
Yep.
weight of your own success. I need somebody to type that in the chat. You can absolutely be crushed under the weight of your own success. So
Hmm.
success can become a dirty term. It can be a really dirty word. If you have not built the infrastructure, the systems, the foundation, and all of those kinds of things to support your success, it can be really, really challenging. Success is not always good, particularly when you don't have the systems in place um, to deal with it. Dawn says you can be crushed under the weight of your own success. I need somebody to tweet that. I need somebody to hashtag that. It's really, really true that because you spend so much time grinding to get to the place that you are, if you don't have, God, that's so true, Leroy. If you don't have the systems in place, the structure in place, you can be here today, gone tomorrow. You can have a good reputation today. Everybody want to work with you, have your reputation gone tomorrow because you just didn't spend the time building the foundation for everything that needs to happen in your business. And you get the call to go on Oprah.
Right.
And you telling us all on Facebook, look, y'all, I got the call. I'm on Oprah. And then when thousands and thousands and
Of
thousands and
people.
thousands, woo, Leroy, when thousands and thousands and thousands of people, you say that you got the best product and service in the entire country. And if only more people knew about you, you would be set. I'm telling you, if only more people knew about you, you ain't even ready. You ain't even ready. You're not even ready. So Leroy, today you and I have we got to unlock your freedom training today with our new partner Keep. Keep is a CRM. For those that don't know what a CRM is, it's okay. A CRM is a customer relationship management tool. It is what Leroy does within Remand, help us have systems and automations and all those kinds of things. Because here's the deal, Leroy. There are many brothers that are watching right now, sisters as well. And if they were honest, man, they're tired. They're tired because everything that is happening in their business is dependent on them. If they don't do it, it won't be done. What would you say to the entrepreneur that's watching, to the person with the side hustle that isn't a full-time entrepreneur yet, but they got a side hustle and they say, I got to find a way to make sure I'm making money on autopilot, right? And I'm not making money simply because I'm interacting all the time. I need to make money while I sleep. What would you say to that person, bruh, and why they should attend today's training?
Well, I say this. I say they want to be prepared. If you're trying to move from your side hustle into it being a full-time, a full-time business, then you got to prepare for it. You got to prepare for it. Know what know what you can do in order to be able to move you to the next level so that you are prepared, like we were saying, if Oprah calls, if that Oprah phone call comes. Because many of us say, hey, we want that phone call, we want that phone call, but aren't taking and using the tools that are out there to get prepared for the phone call. And that's what today's session workshop is for, getting you prepared for that phone call so that when you do get the phone call, you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
To anybody that's calling in, you just take them through your process. And that's what this training is about with Keep. is giving you a process, giving you a process to be. And I've said this before: the before, the during, and the after. What
Yeah.
happens before you get the phone call? What happens during once you've got them into your system, and then what happens after you've gotten them in? They become a client. Now, what happens? So that's what today is all about. That's what I would tell that entrepreneur why and why they need to be on in this workshop is so that you can get those tools. We've already said it before. 2024 is going to be hard, but
Yeah.
this is one of the ways that you make handling 2024
Yeah.
easier for you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it truly is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
one of
know.
those things uh that an entrepreneur is going to have the before, the during, the after. The before, you getting an opportunity to serve that client, the during, the time that you got to serve that client, and after, in
Hmm.
order to keep that client satisfied and coming back to you over and over again, you
Coming
got to
back.
have certain things in place. This training is going to be probably one of the most powerful. And let me tell you why it's powerful. And I don't, listen to me. I don't have any challenges with some of the products I'm about to mention. I don't have any challenges with them. But what I've noticed, Leroy, is Black folk in particular, man. There's a lot of stuff that, whether intentionally or unintentionally, whether we're not researching, we're not reading, I don't know. But I will tell you that there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. A lot of tools in the toolbox that we don't
Hmm.
know about.
Hmm.
And this training is with our new partner that um, is helping us to do exactly what you just mentioned, have our stuff before set up, our stuff during set up, our stuff after set up. We were not, and this is for those of you that really want to keep it raw, right? If you want to be honest about it, I've lost clients because we didn't have automation. I gotta sleep, right? I got other things that I gotta do. So we have literally lost clients that have come to us and said, "Hey man, what you do is phenomenal. My life was changed. But your follow-up, the stuff that needed to happen at a certain time that didn't have it at a certain time, kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. I'm good. I'm gonna step away for a minute." That's real talk. So one of the best things that you can do is hear from your clients or former clients, give them exit interviews, find out exactly what happened, right? Where you
Hmm.
dropped the ball in serving, and we dropped the ball in a number of ways where we were serving. And we had to kind of take a step back and say, how do we avoid this? Because we're leaving money on the table. How do we avoid this? And the way to avoid it is to automate as much as you could possibly automate, so that people, your clients, are being served on a consistent basis, on a timely basis, and you don't always have to be in the room. So if you are in business, I know Dawn is in business. Um, if you're in business and you recognize that you can't be available 100% of the time, type a 2 in the chat. If you say, you know what, Donald, man, I do the best I can. Like I do the best I can, right? I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to be there for my clients. I'm trying to be there. I'm trying to do the follow up stuff. I'm trying to do all of that, and you still dropping the ball. It's because you're only one person, my guy, sis. You're only one person. I ain't even mad at you. I'm mad at you though if you don't do something about it, because I believe in something called the penicillin principle. I've coined that, Leroy. The penicillin principle means this: if you believe that what you have to offer is life changing, if you believe it saves
Hmm.
generations and generations of people in the way that I believe Reman does, if you believe that about your
Hmm.
product or service, then you want to get it to as many people as you possibly can, right? You don't want to
Absolutely.
keep it to 4 or 5 people and you feel like you're doing well. No, you want to impact the nation. You want to impact the world. And the only way to do that is to be able to make sure that you have a structure and systems in place to be able to service the people that you went on Oprah and told you could serve. You went on Oprah. Ain't nobody tell you to go on Oprah. You went on Oprah, right? And told the people that you could service them. Leroy, would you do me a favor, man, and put the link to the training in the chat? Can you do that? Are you able to do
You
that?
mean in the comments?
In the comments, please. Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can do it. Well, yeah, you keep talking. Let me see if I can.
Or Dwight. Dwight has it as well. Dwight, if you could put it in the comment section, man, either one of you, that would be perfect, because I want everyone to know this is a free training. So we're not charging you anything for this training. We could charge you hundreds of dollars for the training and be absolutely justified. You're going to get so much during the training that you'll be able to go home and be ready to understand and implement systems that are going to help your business grow and develop, right? But here's what I know. I know that I wished someone would have done some things for me pro bono, right? I know, yeah, Dwight, global impact, right? I know that I wished I had some free help from the experts, right? Clearly had some help. I talked to a client yesterday about the need to embrace help. Right? It's crazy that as Black men, we feel like we have it all together, and that no one we can do it without any help. There's no one that does it without help. No one. You need to do your part, but there are also others that help, right? So I want each of you to be a part of the training. For the first time ever, Leroy, we opened up the training to sisters. So sisters can be a part of this training, right? We opened up the training to sisters, and you can be a part of the training. It starts at 3:00. Look for the link that's going to be placed by either Leroy or Dwight. Click the link. It is free, but you have to register. You have to register in order to be a part of it. So you just can't pop on. There is no way to pop on. There it is. All right. So click that link, register. It is free. It's not going to ask you for a credit card. It's not going to ask you for a payment. It's not going to do any of that. It is absolutely free. And you'll be able to join us tonight or this afternoon at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dawn, that is 12:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because you're the only one on the West Coast during this live that we're doing. I also want you to tell all of your friends about it. If you've got friends that are entrepreneurs, listen, I don't want us to burn out too quickly, but you will if you don't find a way to structure your business for maximum impact and the ability for you to enjoy this journey as well. Leroy, let's talk about that, man. Then we'll end. The journey of being an entrepreneur, a business owner, a CEO, a CVO, right? You own and are the founder of JNF Enterprises. I own and am the founder of Remand. I enjoy what I do, so it doesn't matter, I can give 12, 15 hours during the day because I enjoy what I do. But I also understand that there is there's a balance to that, right? There are some other responsibilities that I'm absolutely responsible for. No one else can be a husband to my wife but me. right? That I'm responsible for that. No one else better be a husband to my wife but me,
I was going to say, I would hope not.
right? I've got three kids. I need them to be able to rely on me. I haven't always been able to do that. So I need them to be able to rely on me. I'm setting up the business so that whatever they need, and now I got grandkids. My most recent is due next month, right, Chad? The 30th of April, right? Her name is Hunter. So I got grandchildren. I've got children. I know I look good. Look, only this little bit of gray right here, Leroy, on that little bit of gray. That's wisdom right there. So I'm setting up my life to be able to enjoy my grandchildren, right? I'm setting up my life to be able to enjoy my kids. I'm setting up my life to be able to enjoy my wife. I'm setting up my life that way, setting up the business to be able to be automated as much as possible as a part of that strategy and plan. We don't have to burn out, but there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are. What would you say to the entrepreneur who is just absolutely tired, ready to give it up, ready to say, you know, it's not fun, it's not happening in the way that I really want it to happen. I'm gonna give it up. I would say to them, hey, before you throw in the towel, make this 3 o'clock session. What would you say to them, man?
Yeah, I would say let's see what we can do to change this. What are you willing to do to change the situation?
Yeah,
What are you willing to do that's different from what you have? What you do, the start of doing something different is by being at the registering and being in the workshop at
for
3 o'clock.
sure. For sure.
That will be one thing that you do different that you didn't necessarily probably think about prior to seeing us talk about this session, this workshop session that's coming up at 3 o'clock. And it's the thing that, we as entrepreneurs, we sometimes we want to just complain, and we want to say, hey, I wish this and I want that and do
Right,
this.
bro.
But then when someone shows you, hey, here's something different that I believe can assist you with the problem, that here's a possible or part of the solution to what you say is ailing you or what is wrong. Like you said, that penicillin.
Yeah,
Here's a possible
yeah,
penicillin for you that's going
yeah,
to relieve that pain, relieve that stress. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to show up. You got to be willing to at least, if nothing else,
yeah,
look into it to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I won't. And if it ain't something that you willing to do right now, you move on. No stress. It ain't costing you anything.
right.
What Ashford and Simpson say, don't cost you nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
it doesn't cost. It may only thing it may cost you is your time. It'll cost you
yeah,
the time that you spend in the workshop. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. And and
But
and
you
let's
have,
be clear about this too, because I love what you just said, right? Point number one that I love what you said. Like I don't do whining well. I just don't. Like when someone whines
mm,
and
hmm hmm
complains,
hmm right,
and
right,
then you give them penicillin, they say, "Yeah, I don't want that." Then don't whine to me. Don't
right.
complain. Like I don't have space for that. I don't have capacity for that. Right? If you are genuinely in a challenge, and I offer you an out to that challenge or remedy to that challenge or the principle of penicillin, if
hmm
I give you that, yeah, take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. Um, Principle number two that you just said is it's just going to cost you your time. And it is. It's going to cost you your time.
hmm
Let me say this in addition to what Dr. McKenzie Jr. said. Not only is it going to cost you your time, success going to cost you money. It's going to cost you
Yep.
time. Like you can't escape having to invest these things. You can't escape it. You can't escape having to invest in systems. You can't escape having to invest in reading materials. You can't escape having to invest in mentors. Like it's a part of success. So for everyone who thinks that, I'm just going to skate through life, and I'm not willing to invest. I'm not willing to invest in myself. So we have free stuff, and then we have stuff that is, the book is $49, right? And somebody said, well, I ain't paying no $49 for no book. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, you're not hurting my feelings. But I will tell you this: if you can't even invest $49, just put down that whole talk about being a millionaire. Like, like if you can't even invest $49, yeah, bruh, millionaire status is going to avoid you like the plague. You're not going to reach millionaire status until you can. People say all the time, you know what? If I had more, I would do more. That's not true. That just isn't true. The truth is, we know what kind of person you would be based on how you're functioning right now.
Oh, say that again, bro.
Yeah,
Say that
we know
again,
what kind
man.
of person you would be based on how you're functioning right now. You won't tithe if you make more money because you don't tithe right now. Tithing is a principle. So if you are, and all money does is expose the real you. You're gonna be more of the same, right? So if you spend all your money, uh, you know, slapping behinds in the strip club, and yeah, I mean, I ain't got no problems with it if that's what you want to do. I'm just saying Luscious can't get my money, Leroy. Luscious can't get my money, man. I got my money. My money's at work. Luscious can't get my money. Right? So what I'm telling people to do is to make sure that you attend the training 3:00 today. It'll be, all you got to do is register. The registration is free. Make sure that you're there, and handle your business. Leroy, what final comments do you want to give, man, before I give my daughter a hug? She Gary leave me. She don't want a hug. I'm gonna hug her.
I know that's right. I
Yeah,
know
bro.
that's right, bro. The only thing that I would say, bro, is I'm gonna ask those that are watching, listening,
Love you, bro.
entrepreneurs.
Uh,
Are you ready for the?
I'm
Say,
listening
are
to you,
you
man.
ready for? No, are you ready for your phone call?
Mm.
If the answer is no, I'm not ready for my phone call, then you need to be in this session at 3 o'clock, because this is part of the preparation for getting ready and being ready for the phone call. If you want sustainability in your business, you need to be with us at 3 o'clock. These are the tools. These are the things that make us better as entrepreneurs. These are the tools. These are the things that we need. The equipping of us that we need in order to be able to get to the $1 million status, as Donald said. You don't get there. You don't get there without being prepared for it, without having the structures in place to be able to handle the capacity that you want, that you think you can handle. You think you can handle that capacity.
Yeah, bro.
Come
Yeah,
find out at 3 o'clock if you can
yeah,
handle that capacity.
yeah. I wanna end by saying this, man. I saw, or I want to ask the same question. Y'all ready for that call? I mean, for real. Search yourself.
For real, for real.
Search yourself for
Hmm.
real, for real. Ask yourself, am I ready for that call? Can Oprah call me? The majority of y'all would say, hell no. Oprah can't call me, right? Oprah can't call me. Tyler can't call me. Jakes can't call me. Nobody can call me because I don't have my life set up, my business set up in a way that can really serve them at the highest level. Um, I was watching, I was looking on Facebook, kind of scrolling, Leroy, and I saw that there is this remake of Good Times in cartoon form.
Mm.
Right? There's this remake of Good Times in cartoon form. And none of the characters look like any of the characters of Good Times. So I'm kind of over it, right? So
Oh wow.
none of the. I think
Yeah.
JJ is like 350 pounds. Well, yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. Like that's Walona looks a little bit the same, but the rest of them just don't look like themselves.
Okay.
I remember Good Times, bro. And I want to say this to everybody that's listening. I recognize that in our society, in our culture, we have people that struggle. Good Times was kind of representative of, it identified with people that were struggling, that were challenged financially, keeping your head above water, making a way if you can, temporary layoff, good time. No, listen to me, y'all.
Easy credit ripoffs. I think about the words of that song now, man. I'm just like, whoa. And we just singing it.
We just
I'm
singing it.
like, I'm just Jesus, man.
We just singing it. And I posted on that Facebook page, yeah, I'm over the black struggle. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to struggle. But you got to do some work to prepare yourself for the next level. Struggling is your choice. When we make decisions that are inconsistent with where we ultimately want to be, we struggle. Now, I'm not coming for you because I know what it is to struggle. I've struggled. I decided to do the work that would take me out of the struggle culture that many Black people are in. So I'm asking you guys, for once, let's develop another kind of culture, one that doesn't make Blackness consistent with struggle, that makes Blackness consistent with poverty. Let's create another kind of culture where the Huxtables, right? Where the Jeffersons. I remember getting into arguments with people, Leroy, who had said, the Huxtables ain't real. But
I
they
know,
said
bro.
Good Times was real. Good Times is real. That's us. The Huxtables, that's not realistic. What? It's not realistic to send your kids to college. It's not realistic to have a wife that's a lawyer, a husband that's a doctor. It's not. It's what are you talking about? We are so enamored with struggle, and a part of what I want to do today is get every person to vibe higher. Here's why. At the very top of the emotional continuum, the very top of it is freedom and love. At the very bottom of it is fear and depression. I want us all to vibe higher. Vibing higher requires that you embrace freedom and that you embrace love because we deserve it. 3 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time. Leroy has put the link up. I'm going to put it up there one more time. It's a Zoom link. You got to register to be there. There is no cost. Tell your friends, tell your entrepreneurial friends, tell your business bros, tell everybody to be on the Zoom at 3 o'clock p.m. as we address the issues of structure, systems, and creating this life of freedom. It's possible for you to make money when you're not there. It's possible for you to be on the beach, be at the game, watching the Philadelphia Falcons. That's my new team, the Philadelphia Falcons. Keyshawn said to me, my son Keyshawn said to me, boy, you ain't even ashamed of the stuff that you say. There's not even any shame with you. Right? It's possible for you to enjoy your wife, enjoy your family, enjoy traveling, enjoying vacation, and get a text notification that money just came in. Now, this ain't some scam. This ain't no get rich quick scheme. This is not that. So don't come to the training thinking that we Gary sell you Forex or This ain't that.
No, this ain't that.
This
This
ain't
ain't
that,
that.
right?
This ain't that at
We're
all.
trying to tell you that there's a way to be free and still make money. There's a way to enjoy your family and still make money. There's a way for your business to thrive so that when you get, or be set up so that when you get that phone call, you actually can have the capacity to be able to deal with it. And we want to show you how. Today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Unlock Your Freedom. It's the Remand and Keep Training. It's going to be phenomenal. Leroy, man, thank you for hanging out with me, bro. I'm going to prepare for the training at 3. And then, of course, I'm going to eulogize my lady that helped raise me. I love her so much, Mom Helen Grace, and my family. So I'm looking forward to that tonight, to be able to serve.
So that's this evening.
That's this evening at 7. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So we'll see you guys at 3:00 p.m. Get on that registration link, hop on the training. Let's make it happen. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Deuces.